Okay, what is going on YouTube? So in today's video, I'm going to be replacing the main control board on this Hayward Plus Goldline. I've replaced the transformer on this thing twice, thinking that was the issue, and I believe it's actually the control board itself. So I had the old control board out once already, but that was to get easier access to the transformer that I was replacing. So I'm just going to go ahead, disassemble this panel. I think these were 8 millimeters. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this panel off. Make sure your main breaker's turned off so you don't get electrocuted working on this system. So let's get these removed. You can see I already have all these wires disconnected from the control board. This is from the transformer. But anyways, we want to get this thing off its standoffs, and you can see it plugs in right there. So I'm gonna put this over to the side and get the entire view of this control board, just so we can see the routing of everything that's going to clip into it. And actually I want to pick up the old control board, or not old, but the new one, and compare it to this one. Okay, so this control board is pretty different than the one I'm getting ready to remove. It looks like everything might transition over into this one. I hope that we can make this thing work. If not, I'll just box it up, ship it back to Amazon. Anyways, I didn't really have high hopes for this control board because it's a Chinese. It was very cheap. I think the actual Hayward control board's roughly $900, and this thing was $298. So, you know, you get what you pay for. But I'm gonna try to hook it up and see if it will even work. So this control board looks like we have more 8 millimeters, 2 down there at the bottom. And one thing I just now noticed is this control board doesn't have the standoffs for the LCD display. But it looks like, actually no, I don't even think I can make the display work. Let's see. Yeah, oh yeah, I can. So we have a standoff hole there, each of the 4 corners. I just have to reuse those standoff pegs and see if we can make this thing work. Okay, so it looks like these actually just pop out. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these out completely, just to have these to swap over to the new board. This looks like a Ethernet cable, or internet cable, because it's real small. Get that unplugged. This, I don't know if this just pulls out, or if it has like a unlocking tab or not. No, it doesn't, so that just pulls out. This will pull out. The display is completely disconnected. So these are out of the way. A pair of needle nose pliers would come in handy right now, but we have this white and yellow, black and yellow. Plug in between this 3-amp fuse. This is all stuff that goes to the transformer, so we'll just get all those removed completely. Okay, I think everything's disconnected from the board. We just have those 2 8 millimeters that I need to remove. Let's get those out. I have both of those 8s removed. Okay, and the panel just slides up from these metal standoffs. Now I'm going to take these plastic standoffs and just transfer them over to the new board. So the standoffs, just squeeze them and push them out. Pretty simple. There's the old board. Now we'll take these standoffs. Snap these in. Just like that. Okay, so now I'm just going to set this back in. There we go. Kind of sets in place on its own. So let's get these two 8s started by hand. I would suggest bringing a magnet with you just for that exact reason. I dropped that one. Let's see if I can grab it. Okay, let's tighten these up. Alrighty. Let's take this green piece. And that converts right over. Looks like with this control board, we only need just one of these covers or blocks to go in. So this spare one, I'm just gonna lay down here. On the last board, this went on the bottom one, so I'm just gonna put it on the bottom, snap that in place. Internet cable, snap it in. Our ooh, we have some insects that made a home in here. Local display, that's where this one clipped into on the old board. So there we go. Now I'm gonna look at the old picture that I took and just compare the wiring, the old board, and try to transition everything over. Okay, so these are EP wires. So I don't know if we need these or not because this control board doesn't have EP terminals at all. So I'm gonna try to install this board without these. So I'm gonna see if it's even gonna work. If not, then this all needs to come out. But just on the off chance that it will work, I'm just gonna go ahead and replug this transformer. And this is pretty self-explanatory. So you see this bundle, red. You have these spades, red. And you have one for black. Guess what? Black will go into black. And you have 2 sets of orange, so orange and orange. Let's find the second one here. It goes down here. We have 2 yellows. We have a gray. Violet, purple. White. And blue. We do have a white and black, so we have, these 2 white and blacks with yellow, so let's skip those and put in these solid ones and see if we can get any power to our LCD display. So this is the salt cell. I'm just gonna plug in just like that. So I'm gonna turn the power on to this board and see if we get anything on the display. Okay, so I'm gonna turn these breakers on. Let's see if this screen even gets power. Okay, looks like this board may work. This was unused on our setup anyways, this black and white with yellow. So this board has, like, I guess the bare necessities to work with the Goldline Plus salt generator system, ProLogic, whatever this is. So yeah, for 300 bucks, if this works, because originally we were having salt generator errors, I believe. I'm not sure, but we're gonna have to actually open up the pool, send water through the salt cell to make sure this thing's actually working. Because like I said before, I thought it was originally the transformer. So hopefully this works. But I still wanted this video as a reference for myself, so if I ever had to replace it before, I still can fall back on this video. And if it's going to help other people out, sure, why not? Save some money. And yeah, the boards are a little bit different. They're still compatible, it looks like. So cool. I'm gonna go ahead, kill the breaker, the main breaker to this, because you don't want to get shocked by 240. That would really ruin your day. And button it up. Okay, so the new board has a larger integrated transformer on it, and it's actually, it bottoms out against this LCD display, so the standoffs that we transferred over are basically worthless. This display is kind of just free floating in place, but this cover, you know, holds it in, because the display has its own little plastic tabs that stick out, and that's what keeps it in place. So right now what's holding up this display is this Aqua Plus cover, and my grandfather just turned the breaker on, so everything's lighting up. We have power to the display. You know, I don't know if it's going to read anything from the salt cell because there's no water going through it. You know, everything's off. So hopefully when we turn all of this on, water will circulate through that salt cell, and then maybe this will actually start reading the salt content. I think that's what the issue was. Either it couldn't read the salt content or something about the salt cell itself, which we replaced it as well. And anyway, this control board display was saying there was some kind of communication error. So once we get this thing rolling, if it works, then hey, you know what, we saved 700 bucks with this Chinese control board versus the $1,000 Hayward one. So who knows how long it'll last. Okay, so we just removed the cover. We have the pump going, it's filtering through, water is circulating through the salt cell, and you know, it's giving us a salt level reading. One thing about this though, with the new control board, the chlorinator was disabled for some reason. So to re-enable that, you need to go to configuration menu, and it's locked. I think it's these two, the left and right. Click and hold those for 5 seconds, I believe. Yeah, and then it unlocks, and I think you cycle left and right. Yeah, so chlorine configuration, use these to cycle through the menu, hit up to view. As you can see, I have it enabled. So display salt, cell type. See, before it wouldn't even register the cell. So now this control board can actually see the cell. It knows that we have a T-cell 15, and I have the pull and spa configuration on pull, obviously. So filter configuration, I don't know one speed, that's what ours is. And then this is all the other additional add-ons you guys can configure, but we don't have any of that. So right now, yeah, we have the super chlorinate pull chlorinator set at 50%. So let's go back to the default menu here, and yeah, okay, it looks like this board may work now. You know, for $300, who knows how long it'll last, but hey, so far it's working. Can't complain with that.